Hey, good morning. It is Monday, December 16th, 2024. This is Wes Fryer in Charlotte, North Carolina. It is 41 degrees. Today is the last full day of regular classes for our middle school. Our middle school students have finals after this. They have a history final, they have a math final, they have a science final. And so, as middle school teachers, we proctor those exams. As an elective teacher, I don't give a final exam. Today, I'm going to have students giving final presentations in some classes. And then in some others, they're going to be finishing those final projects. We've got, depending on the class, 1 or 2 days after we get back from winter break or Christmas break, and then our new semester starts. Really quick today, I want to talk about being Easter people, not Advent people. Boy, this was an amazing weekend for so many reasons. Each evening, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I had an opportunity to build community and to be invited to and in different people's homes, colleagues from school, colleagues from our neighborhood, being able to, of course, be at church, being able to have our family together at church. But here's what the thing I want to share. So I am a follower of Jesus Christ, and here at the Christmas season, the winter holiday season, there are all kinds of messages that we're hearing from all kinds of places. And one of the things that in the, Bible studies and meditations that I'm doing in the morning, Christmas services that we've gone to as a family in different places, this isn't just from one place. Of course, there's a lot of talk about Advent, and Advent is the time of waiting for the Christ child, waiting for Jesus. And I really love this time of year. But I do not believe as Christians will refer to ourselves as Advent people. Sometimes you will hear Christians talk about themselves as Easter people. And often Christians will be very quick to point out that the importance of Christmas and Advent and this entire season of celebrating the arrival and the birth of Jesus and the miraculous events surrounding that, the three wise men, all of these things are really pointing people to not only the birth of Jesus, but the life of Jesus, the sacrificial crucifixion of Jesus, and the miraculous resurrection of Jesus as the Son of God, and the life that we have in Jesus being resurrected and living with us today through the Holy Spirit. There's a whole lot there. Why is this important? Well, before Jesus was born and walked the earth, the Israelites were waiting for the Messiah, and they had waited for the Messiah for a long time. And the coming of the Messiah had been foretold in prophetic literature, multiple places, in the book of Isaiah, notably in the book of Daniel. The coming of Jesus and the Messiah was foretold. As followers of Jesus Christ, we believe that, unfortunately, a lot of the Israelites who did not become Christian, right, because those were the first Christians, were Jews, the Israelites who chose to follow Jesus. They missed him. Some of them were Pharisees and Sadducees who were the church leaders. There were many people who did not see him, did not understand who he was, who he is, and follow him. And so while I love Advent and I love the Christmas season and I love many Christmas carols and many traditions, I'm reminded that as a follower of Jesus, I believe that we are called to follow him today and to not just simply sit back and wait for the next coming of Jesus, which is foretold. And in apocryphal literature and Revelation, there's history and there's prophecy. Jerusalem fell in 70 AD. And so there are some scholars that say that some of the apocryphal literature, which foretells the end of times, was foretelling the fall of Jerusalem, which happened. Jesus said that himself. He talked about this temple being destroyed and raised in 3 days, and there's reference there to his body, and how he was raised 3 days later from his crucifixion on the cross, but also how the temple itself in Jerusalem was destroyed. Here's one of the most important things that I'm taking into this week. I celebrate that God, through his Holy Spirit, is here today, that Jesus is here today. And I'll share this one other thing. I was in a service this weekend, and I had this sense, it was a juxtaposition of two things. If you're a Lord of the Rings fan, then you probably, and you've watched the movies, you probably remember when Aragorn and Legolas are at Medicel, which is the Hall of the Horse Lords in Rohan, where King Theoden rules, and they're outside. It's beautiful. They're actually on the set looking out at the Rangitata Valley. It's near Erawan on the South Island of New Zealand. I've been there, and I can show you pictures. I didn't actually ford across the glacially fed stream that would have been a little bit over my waist because I didn't want to do that. But anyway, they're standing out there. It's night. The stars are out. It's beautiful. Inside the fortress, Gandalf is asleep. The hobbits are asleep, except Pippin is awake. And he wants to hold the Palantir again, and he picks up the Palantir. And Aragorn and Legolas are standing out there, and Legolas says, he has a sense of this, he is here. Now, he's actually talking about Sauron, who is the evil lord of Mordor, who is using the Palantir to get to Pippin and to be able to strike fear in his heart, and then to also learn about what's happening with what is now still the Fellowship, but what's going on with the forces that are arrayed against him. And so the juxtaposition here is strange because that is a reference to a spiritual evil force in the Lord of the Rings. My sense sitting this weekend in a worship service was something that wasn't being said was, he is here now. Jesus is here now. God's Holy Spirit is here now. So as a follower of Jesus and as a Christian, yes, I celebrate Advent, and I love so many of the parts of Advent that help us remember the story of Jesus, the real story, right? Because even though a lot of these traditions and things were overlaid over pagan rituals and traditions and myths, and Jesus was almost certainly not born in the month of December in the cold. All of that happened with the solstice. There's a lot of things that are interesting and important to study about the winter holidays and Christmas and St. Nicholas. All these things, they overlay. But here's the point. Jesus really lived. Jesus really walked this earth. And I believe as a Christian that he was crucified, died as a human being, but was resurrected by God and lives today. And the Holy Spirit is God's Spirit who is with us today. He is here. We are Easter people. Yes, we're Advent people, but we're Easter people. Okay, so ends today's sermon. It's Wisdom with Wes. You can find more of these if you Google on YouTube for Wisdom with Wes. I'm also just uploading this directly to Facebook now without the link because Facebook downranks links when you put them in your posts. I hope you have a wonderful day, and whether or not you are a follower of Jesus today or not, I hope that this time is filled with hope. I hope that it is filled with love. I hope that it is filled with family, with the opportunity to be with family, because really, man, what is a bigger deal than having an opportunity to be invited into someone's home and to be a part of their family? Okay, we're all called to be part of God's family. And I'm thankful today for family, for hope, for Advent, but also for Easter. Have a great day and a fantastic week.